morning, everybody. It is me, online internet video game entertainer, game champ. 3 0 0 0. We are here to play video games today. We are going to play fun game. Fun game play for entertainment. Fun game where Good morning, Squeegee. Thank you for rescuing me. I'm incapable of emotion because I feed off the emotion of others. So if nobody's around, then it just doesn't happen. Good morning. Hey, so I've got bad news. I accidentally set my console to Japanese, and now everything is in Japanese. And the bright side is, well, at least Animal Crossing has a better logo. Like, can you believe they changed the logo to just be worse in the US? Like, they've got this super cool, stylish logo in Japan, and then in the US they were just like, oh no, let's not do that. No, let's make it boring. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Docs Hangout. I just saw your post talking about how bad it is trying to come up with a challenge. Did you finally? Well, I didn't see the end of that, but did you finally come up with one, or is this brainstorming still? This is going to be a demonstration of hell. And potential. Okay, so yeah, let's just get into it. I think people have had time to filter in. This stream right now is a desperate cry for help. In the I am literally asking for help variety. Not like the way my streams always are. I just mean like, genuinely, I do not know what to do. Help, help, help. That kind of desperate cry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you the run that I've been working on. I'm just gonna go ahead and just immediately start it. I think, yeah, Game Champ J I have not started a file on. So I'm gonna start from a fresh save file and just show you what I've been dealing with. I should be able to get back where I was pretty quickly because most of the effort I've put in so far was solving how to do things, not necessarily in the actual act of. Okay, before anything else, we need to go into the options, and we need to set Pauline to the... who? What? We need to set Odd Rock to the authentic. Nihongo experience, which I do actually question. This is one of those special ones where, like, obviously the devs who made this game speak Japanese. 9 times out of 10, that means that, then the canon language that you should use as the developers created the game to be would be Japanese. But this is kind of a special case. So no matter what language you set Odd Rock's voice to, then Odd Rock will still sing in English. Odd Rock's singing voice is always her English singing voice. So it's a really interesting question of which is like, English is absolutely canon in some capacity, but then the question becomes, is English canon all the time, or is the authentic experience when they're mixed together? I'm personally opting for Japanese because I'm a complete and total weeb, but I think there is validity to both. It's genuinely a tough question for this particular game. Does this mean Oddrock will speak Japanese? Yes, that is the setting. Thank you very much for the subscription, Snowy Faye. And then there was also... Yeah, click and left stick will be left D-pad instead. Even though I have literally never clicked in the left and right stick in my 100% playthrough. And yeah, I want, I believe that's rumble to be strong. And I want the camera shaking to be strong. I'm sorry if anybody does... Apparently some people have been getting motion sick from like the shaking. Thank you very much for the subscription, Jubilant Liar. Jesus, there's been a lot of subscriptions. Thank you. But yeah, the camera shake, I do like to have it on strong. I'm sorry, I know apparently some people have been experiencing motion sickness from this game, partially because of the camera shaking. I like it strong though, so fair warning, the game's gonna explode, very literally. And then, oh yeah, this was camera speed. Totemo hayai, please. And I think that's everything that I change. The gyro I leave on slower speed because that's for fine aiming. Okay. And of course we're playing on normal mode. Assist mode is cheating. You're a bad person if you play on assist mode. I'm sorry, I'm a bad person if I play on assist mode. It's fine for you. Don't worry. Don't worry. You're not a bad person if you play on assist mode. I am. Okay, I'm just gonna skip all this. I already have footage, and God, this footage takes a lot of space because I'm recording in 1440p. Turns out that's a huge detriment on file size. I might have to invest in more hard drives, multiple. So we need to check the sound mixer because it's quiet on my end. It shouldn't matter what I change this to for you, because you should not be hearing desktop audio. If the game did get louder on your end just now, then tell me. Or if you're getting, like, game echo or anything, because that would be bad. Anyway, so hey, I guess you're probably wondering, hey, what's the run? I just failed. I'm just gonna let you guys guess what the run is. Okay? Because a lot of people have, like, for some reason not suggested this very specific run. It's not no gold. It is not no gold. Oh no, I actually have 102 still? I guess it auto-saved when I just punched through that wall? But yeah, it's not no gold. You're gonna have... I'm gonna see if anybody will guess. Oh no! I don't know how I messed up and got that gold before, but yeah, it's not no gold. It is not no smashing. It's not minimum smashing. It's not minimal items. By the way, if I might miss anybody's suggestion. So if I don't explicitly say no bananas, you're close, but no. If it was no bananas, that would just mean I can't grab this thing right here. Which, for the record, I can't. I just failed the run by grabbing that. No collectibles? No. No touching yellow? No. No banandium. There we go. That's close enough. That's not how I'm framing it. So if this does get made into an actual video... Yeah, it was MS7 Live. Congratulations, you solved it. It's actually going to be, can you beat Donkey Kong Bananza without banana? Haha, I think that's a funny title. Ooh, close. So yeah, it's not just no bananas, it's no banana. There is a difference. A banana, no bananas, means none of these objects. These bananas, an actual full banana. But no banana, non-plural, that means banana as a whole. So, like, for example, if you have just smushed up banana, that's what you call it. Smushed up banana. Not smushed up, well, I guess you could call it smushed up bananas, but you call it banana. You don't call it bananas. Unless you're weird. But the point is, it is canonical in the lore. This gold is actually literally crystallized banana. Canonically, this is banana chunk. So if we're doing no banana, we have to avoid all gold, in addition to the full bananas, because full bananas are, of course, banana. No chips either? Of course not. Vanadium chips are chips. They're banana chips. So anyway, we gotta get through here without collecting gold, which is not that bad. The game can trip you up sometimes, but oop, yep, it tripped us up there. Sometimes gold sort of gets auto-collected, and it's hard to say why. But we got an autosave when we got out here before the gold was collected, so we're safe. Now, just to bank the progress, I'm going to go ahead and save. Now, here, this next room, I think it's this room? This took me a very long time to solve this little conundrum. I'm just going to go through and show you what we're up against. Oh, wait, was it here? No, I think it's not until the next room. Okay, yeah. This did take me a while still, though. So yeah, there... Did you notice I just got gold for absolutely no reason? I think these gold nuggets on the conveyor belt, I think sometimes you, like, will auto-collect them if you're standing around here or something. It's very weird. So that's annoying. Luckily, I didn't collect that one that just spawned. So, for a while, I was having a lot of trouble getting down through here, because the way you've got to go is you've got to dig through the ground. And the issue is that when you're digging through ground, a lot of times, gold will spawn. And it's very difficult to dodge that gold. What I found, the most reliable way to do this, I'm just going to go ahead and dig through. This won't be the actual complete run. I found that trying to dig through with a chunk was the best way, because it's not 100% foolproof. But see, I did manage to dig through without collecting any gold on the way down. Then we do the same thing there. Unfortunately, I broke through the entire thing. And if you do that, it collected that gold. That's one of the, like, big things is, if you break ground near gold, it will auto-collect that gold. So you can't just not touch gold. You have to deliberately avoid it being auto-collected by breaking terrain after it's spawned in there. Curious if I've also been playing Uma Musume. I'm excited to play it, but I just sort of haven't had enough time. I've been putting most of my casual playtime in Bananza. And what's not going into Bananza is going into Muse Dash. I do want to play it because I was actually excited for that game, like way back when not even when it came out, like a couple years before it came out when it was first announced. And then it was just only out in, like, Asia. It never came over here, and I was like, okay, we're never getting it. There's no way. Like, it is literally an advertisement for highly specific Japanese gambling establishments. How in the world are they going to localize an advertisement for highly specific Japanese gambling establishments? Well, it took them a couple years, but they did it. Now everybody can do actual pretend gambling with real money in this advertisement for gambling establishments in Japan. It's kind of funny, too, that it's, like, blown up the way it has. Like, I mean, we are all in agreement that this is one of the most immoral games that has ever been created in human history, right? Because, like, it's slot machines for children advertising real slot machines that are made possible through animal cruelty. Like, this is like a really specific circle of hell here that we are supporting. Dagnabbit. Either way, I'm excited to play that incredibly crappy, terrible game. Okay, now there's no way I'm digging through like that. Ah, dang it. So yeah, a lot of this is trial and error getting through there. Do I like Detective Conan? I love Detective Conan, don't get me started. No spoilers. I'm not caught up to present day. I haven't been for a few years. But yes, I love Conan, and in fact, well, it's not true anymore, but if you looked closely at my avatar, back when it was Kaito Ban, you might notice similarities to certain characters. Oh, that's right. I do still have a Kaito on the Twitch thing. That's right. So yeah, there you go. So I did get some gold there, but I'm not sure if it was before it was before I got to the bottom. What's my plan for Hilltop Lair? Is that the one where you literally just have to pay gold and there's no way around it? My plan is I figure it out when I get there. That's how I do most challenge runs. I'm often pleasantly surprised because a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this run is obviously impossible because of this roadblock right here." I'll see challenge YouTubers just do that. They say, "Well, the run is obviously impossible now. We don't even have to bother trying to know that it's impossible." The end. And then I bother trying, and turns out it wasn't impossible. Maybe if I just try bee digging. No, bee digging is not the way to go. Have I watched Small Ant's video yet? He did a lot of skips. No, but I think I'm pretty much set on having seen speedrun skips. I think I understand most of the gist. I don't remember the specifics off the top of my head, but like we'll handle that stuff when we get there. Okay, cool. We have 0 right now, so as long as I save, we should be good. Yeah, there we go. There is an autosave in this room. Okay, so that is more permanent progress. It's a little bit annoying, but as you can see, it's not that much to get 2 rooms past the first room. Okay, I think it was here where I was stuck a while. So, now, of course, normally you're supposed to press this switch. You press this switch and then... Yeah, it's, I actually only auto-collected 1 gold that time. A lot of the time it auto-collects more. But any gold is failure, so that's not viable. Can you use Bananzas in this run yet? Run then? Yes. As long as we don't use physical banana, it is allowed. You could argue, oh wait, but Bananzas are banana energy. That's dumb. No, I'm not. Banana energy is not banana. That doesn't make any sense. Melons aren't banana. Exactly. Okay, so I think I remember I mainly went through up near the top. Okay, yeah. I think this is a little different because the later sections you're actually digging through dirt, and I was more used to trying to dig through dirt than the rock. I guess rock just sort of complicates it. Because yeah, I was actually thinking, oh, before, originally when I got through here, I was digging with swinging rock. Ah, dang it. I got through with swinging rock originally, but then I started doing regular punches when I was trying to dig through dirt later on. They are called Banandium melons. I'm going to have to check the Japanese version. The Japanese version will be the final judge on this. Have you determined the exhaustive list of what makes you collect gold? God, no, but I've got a decent list. Touching gold makes you collect gold. Gold decides to enter your inventory, makes you collect gold. Look, we'll handle the melon conundrum when we get there, okay? Because like for right now, that's not even a question that you need to even bother having enter your mind. We're not there yet. Okay, I am remembering there is another checkpoint after this point, where, so it doesn't matter what happens with this wall. As long as we don't get through without gold. Can ripping out a chunk give you gold? It can make gold spawn in the wall, yes. Oh, I remember now! I remember why I'm collecting that gold there sometimes. If I remember correctly... There is, like, a free nugget of gold near this, I think it gets spawned from, like, a rock chunk? And landing from a high height can cause me to do a shockwave. Dang it. Never really got why people watch streams until now. It's really fun to watch you play. I feel like that has to be sarcasm, because I'm not sure much has happened yet. Ooh, cool, we did it. Oh god. That was close. Okay, we just gotta... Bam! Okay, so normally you collect gold when you hit one of those. I'm just gonna do a manual save, just in case. Normally you collect gold when you hit a checkpoint, because it's covered in gold, and then it all goes into your inventory when you punch it. Is there a specific reason the game's in Japanese? I can't afford the American version. But yeah, bam, 0 gold. Just gotta save, scum. Okay, now this part took me hours. Here we are. I remember this checkpoint well. Okay, so this wall right here. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna show you. Maybe we get lucky. Okay, yeah, we got lucky. No gold happened to explode through there. Now, this wall, very luckily, sometimes... Now! Cool. I didn't auto-collect any gold. Now it's just a straight shot to the end. Just gotta make sure that I don't accidentally, like, roll through and break anything. And hope some gold doesn't auto-collect. Just get over here. And grab one of these bananas, being careful not to break any of the gold below it. There we go. We're in a cutscene. We are safe. There we go, everybody. Good job. We just finished the first load zone without collecting any banana. Wahoo. Wowie zowie. Hooray. We collected 7.92 gold. So yeah, it ain't gonna be that simple. That is why this took me hours. Can anybody guess what is happening there? I'll give you like a minute. I'm gonna actually do a thing. I want you to figure out what I'm doing. Does breaking the banana break some gold too? No. You collect all spawned loose gold. Yeah, you basically got it. Because the game considers this a sub-area. Not necessarily that it considers it a sub-area, quote-unquote, but yes. Turns out, there is just a secret mechanic triggering a cutscene. Auto-collects any loose gold that you spawned in. For the most part, asterisk. Basically, loose gold that you have spawned in. So, when I destroyed that wall earlier, there was probably some gold that spawned along the edges. But now, because I came through here, I have not spawned any gold yet. I was careful when I ripped off a chunk of that first wall to just crawl through without spawning any gold. And runs over. Because I just spawned some gold right there, there's no way to get rid of it. Does loose gold despawn ever? Loose gold does. Embedded gold is stuck there permanently. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do it and show you. So yeah, this wall right here is unclimbable. Not a problem, because you can just throw dirt at it. Ooh. Yeah, gonna want a better stepping stone. So this way, we don't have to go through that giant rock wall anymore. Because you just come around here. And bam, the bananas are down there. Cool thing is, too, you can do this. And you're fine. But yeah, remember I spawned about 3 or 4 nuggets? I have $3. Every nugget is worth roughly $1. It's a bit randomized. So, yeah, what happened there is literally the nuggets that I personally spawned went into my inventory when the cutscene started. It tracks the nuggets that I spawned personally. And when you trigger a cutscene, the game's like, oh, well, the player left all those nuggets back there. Oh, we don't want them to lose out on all those cool nuggets that they found. We better just teleport them into the player's inventory. So do we make a dirt ladder until we get no nugget spawns? Yes, exactly. That is how I got past this. I have vouched that you can, in fact, get through this as long as you just make sure no nuggets spawn. Very easy to do on this wall. Oh god, I think I heard a nugget spawn somewhere. Might be like somewhere inside a wall or something where I can't... Yep, there, it just auto-collected. This is a run I will definitely be joining the Patreon to see. Don't be jumping on that just yet. This is an asking for help stream. We haven't gotten to the point where I need help yet. Okay, so here it does take a bunch of attempts, but we can eventually. I think the mound dirt might be safer. It's weird. I feel like some ground is safer to grab dirt from than others. Ooh, that's lucky. So you might think, oh god, we're gonna auto-grab that Banandium chip. But I mentioned earlier, any drops that are not embedded in rock will eventually despawn. They're actually on a timer. You'll see it start blinking eventually. Just wait around just to show you. There you go. Starts blinking and gone. So that is safe. If any banana spawns in that way, all you have to do is wait a little bit for it to despawn. It's only if it's fully embedded in the rock that it is not safe. Okay, I might need another stepping stone, especially that went lower than I wanted it to. But I'll just try it for now. Because if I can get up without another one, that's good. I think I could do it if I get onto that natural ledge there. If I had a chunk to hold on to, it'd be really easy, but, you know, that's that's an issue on its own. Okay, okay. There we go. Cool. Okay, now we do the same thing as before, like that. Now, there is another important note. For some reason, I was also grabbing nuggets if I had the camera pointed this way. It was so weird. Like, I don't know what the deal was. I think something was causing, like, one of those, root clusters to explode, which would give you gold. I don't know what it is. Like, I'd never see it. I'd never see gold into my inventory going frame by frame, but I'd have gold, even though I didn't spawn it. But if I turn the camera this way, I think this is very much like a superstitious kind of thing, but I think it works out for me. Now, theoretically, I didn't spawn any nuggets. We should be good. However, there's always a little bit of RNG to this. There's always a little bit of, did I actually not spawn gold? Maybe there was some I didn't even notice. Or maybe the game spawned some on its own. No, we're good. I had 0. Bam. That is more permanent progress. Okay, now, this next part. Remember when I said that last part took me hours to get past? Which was all just solving it. Because, like, just now, this stream's only been going on for half an hour. Really simple to get past when you know how it's working. I had to figure all that stuff out. Now this next part, right here, this exact checkpoint, this took me hours as well. So there's a big tunnel over here that we've got to get through. Which means a lot of punching through. Which is really mostly luck to get through here. Get those boxes out of the way. Oh, so close. If it drops in like a giant spray like that, as long as you get out of the way in time, you're good. But I wasn't able to get out of the way in time. By the way, how is, like, audio balancing and everything? I should double check. Like, is the game too loud or anything? Am I too quiet? Audio's good? Okay. I don't trust you, but I'll trust you. Well, that's just bad RNG right out of the gate. I think that's too close, and I'll auto-collect it no matter what. Yep. Audio is okay. Thank you. I could be a bit louder? Well, nothing I can do about that. Do you mean relative to the game? Because I can turn the game down. That's the only way I can help with that. I can't get myself louder without completely blowing out the mic. But yeah, this time, remember in the stone, I was like grabbing chunks and digging with them? Here... Would using claps to more steadily chip away be safer than punching? No. No, it wouldn't. Now, that is a decent idea, actually. Genuinely, that is a decent idea. However, there is a problem. To even get started in here, like, to try and clap free. First of all, it likes to break debris that's around you, which can spawn gold. But to even get started in this wall, I have never managed to actually get the terrain to deform in the right way. Like, it always, like, gets stuck. I can't get across here. And also, it spawns gold along the way. That isn't very important to note. Clapping to deform terrain does not prevent that terrain from spawning gold from being deformed. Even if it's very small amounts, there is a chance of spawning gold this way. And if you do it a long time, you will see that gold spawn. And I just can't... I can't get the terrain to actually go out that far at all. But yeah, the fact that it spawns gold too means that's just not viable, because the moment any gold gets spawned embedded in the rock, you can't clap there anymore. That's just automatic death. Whew. Yeah, like I said, that is safe. You just gotta sit back. Because none of that is embedded. If it is embedded, it's actually safe to, like, walk over for the most part. I think if you roll, you'll collect it, but if you just walk over, you're fine. Cool. We're almost there. Just getting that out of the way. Now we are 2 punches away from the goal. 3. Oh! Cool, we did it! Okay. Okay! Cool, now we just gotta get through this wall. Might need a little bit of luck for that. Same as before. Ah, that's fine. It was just embedded in the wall. So that's fine, we're safe. Cool. Just go ahead and start this cutscene here. Do you see the problem? Once again, if you missed it, triggering a cutscene auto-collects any gold that you have spawned. So, triggering that cutscene, I'll even show you, it did an autosave. But it autosaves after triggering the cutscene. So, that cutscene does it every time you load your save. Now if I did that, I'm back here, and I have 7 gold. Whoops! So now the question becomes, how do you get all the way through that super long tunnel without spawning a single gold? Or how do you get past that cutscene without auto-collecting any gold? You know, there's 2 options there. And varied ways to go about that. So I tried a lot. But I did eventually find a real true solution. Which took me way too long to find, considering it's actually a pretty simple solution. But, like, I kept trying, like, skipping the cutscene. Just dumb luck getting through without any gold spawning. I've gotten pretty close. I think the furthest I ever got without spawning any embedded gold, like it only dropped gold that would despawn, was in the room with the enemy. So I got very far. That was like within 2 punches I would have been good. Okay, so now first key here, I need to not kill this enemy. You probably know where it's going then. Whoops. That's it. I can't do it. In my experience, that enemy never respawns, but we need that enemy. Could you have saved before the wall and reloaded? No, because your save point is here, and whenever you load your save, the terrain is reset. So I'd be back here and have to punch through the wall again. And then I'd have to go through the same cutscene again, destroying the point. Ah, yeah. RNG gauntlet? Yeah, basically, but I never managed it with RNG. I did find a cleverer solution. Oh, and by the way, if you were wondering why we can't just go through the gold chunks in the wall, that's why. And yes, it will give you gold even if you grab a chunk from that type of wall. Interestingly, it will not give you gold if you rip out solid gold chunks, but gold embedded in walls is different from a solid gold chunk. And thank you very much for the subscription, Jinxed Shadow PR. Okay, so landfill layer? I have no idea what that means. Oh my god. Wow, I actually made it. That was really close to the gold wall, too. Close. Safe! Cool. Okay. Now I just get rid of this wall. Hopefully no gold spawns. Okay. Ah, dang it. Close. It is worth noting that this wall right here is remembered as destroyed on your save file. For some reason. So destroying it is actually, like, practical progress. Are you able to just, like, dig up from spawn? I'm not sure what you mean. This is the only way to get out of this tunnel, by going in this direction, if that's what you're asking. Oh, no! Dang it! I grabbed the loose gold. Is it a goldless run? It is a no banana run, and it just so happens gold is made of banana. Oh. It's now literally half. That didn't work, oh god. We're back again? Yeah, I lowered my bitrate in half. My internet sucks. Cool, we got through. Okay. Oh, that's right. Somehow the... Oh, I think, yeah, the game auto-saved when I broke the wall before I grabbed the gold. That's why I don't have any gold here. Cool. Okay, so we're already set up now. And the stream's working for everybody? It hasn't buffered or anything again? Seems stable-ish. Stable-ish sounds bad. That implies that it's not stable. At all. Okay, well anyway. I did manage to get back here. So, now, issue, we still have to... Oh my god. Okay, it's working now. I was starting to have connection issues with, like, a controller. Just wonderful. But now it's good. Okay, so I got through, but with tons of gold being embedded in the walls, like that chunk right there. If I walk over there, the cutscene starts, and I'll auto-collect all of that embedded gold. So, what's to do? Well, I tried like getting around the cutscene by like climbing around the edges. That didn't work. I tried just jumping over the cutscene. That didn't work, though I did get pretty far. And then I tried the most obvious thing that I should have done hours prior. Found that enemy. And... Excuse me, you suck at this. Okay. And bam, died a painful death. Now, how do you think the game's gonna respond to my dying a painful death? I still have 0 gold. But gosh, doesn't this tunnel look a bit emptier than it did before? When you die, the game despawns all of the gold that you spawned. But... what? Oh my god. My corpse spawned gold. I didn't know that was a thing! That didn't happen last time, I don't remember. Okay, we managed to punch through anyway. Apparently when you die, your corpse becomes a golden DK statue. How did I never ever see that before? Wow. Well, anyway, I just got through. We can do the cutscene now. And bam, 0 gold. And that was an autosave point. But we don't want to do the save just yet. We should go down here first. Okay, now that I went down here, I believe it will have made an autosave. So that way, when we load our save, we will spawn down here. Cool. So now these next parts are nowhere near as hard as that has been. Like that room up there was the hardest part of this that I've done so far. Getting up to this point took basically all day yesterday. Plus, just the next couple parts, which are just really simple. So this barrel right here will probably like spawn gold and stuff and auto collect it. So just climb over. Who cares? And I'm not even sure, like, is there a reason you have to grab Odd Rock? I'm unsure. There is an issue. I did spawn gold on the way here, so it's probably going to get auto-collected by the cutscene. But you know what? I should just go ahead and save again, just in case. Just to make sure it super remembers that I've gone all the way over here, in case it didn't recognize it when I jumped down the pit earlier. Cool thing is I don't have to worry about falling down because you always land softly if you land in a cutscene. Oh, I actually do have 0 gold somehow. Cool. You can actually skip Odd Rock? Having Odd Rock does absolutely nothing for you? Like, will Odd Rock just spontaneously appear on your shoulder in the next area? No? Wait, what can you actually skip then? Without Odd Rock, the enemy with the key doesn't spawn at the top. Okay. So, yeah, I don't know why you said you could skip it. I guess you were talking to somebody else. Luckily, none of these enemies spawn gold when you kill them. Oh god. Oh god. I'm gonna need a second. Because when the cutscene starts, it might auto-collect that. Uh-oh. Oh no, is that embedded? Doesn't look embedded, but like the fact that it's not despawning. Crap. Oh, there it goes. Oh, and there's more over there too. Oh god. Well, let's hope there's no more. One thing by the way, incredibly small nitpick about this game. They do that thing where they make you use the game mechanics in cutscenes in like really cool immersive ways. But they do it in the dumbest way, where even if you know exactly what they're doing, and you start doing the action before the tutorial prompt can show up, you can't ever actually not have the tutorial prompt show up. Even if you manage to do it instantly, the game will still go, "Hey, idiot! You're supposed to participate in this cutscene!" And it just completely, like, destroys the moment. They're never as cool as interactive cutscenes can be, because the game has to interrupt the cutscene to go, "Excuse me, idiot! You're supposed to be helping us here!" There's a cinematic moment happening! Look at the screen! Okay, I'm getting, like, my controller is having issues connecting. Last time that happened, rebooting the Switch helped. I've actually only had this happen twice now. Today, and, like, back on, like... It was within, like, a couple days of launch. So it's nice that it decided to show up again during a stream. Makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna make a save down here just in case, because I've been having... There's a roadblock coming up. It'll be nice to have a save down here just in case, to just try everything. Okay, we can definitely just skip that. Yeah, this barrel will basically automatically give you gold, pretty much guaranteed by blasting through the rock. But oh, it's not there. I guess you have to do this to unlock it. Okay, so yeah, unlocking that barrel unlocks this barrel over here, which does not blast you through rock, and is therefore safe. Oh my god, the controller's doing it again. Dang it. Could it be that it's low on battery? And that's causing that? It's not that low. So weird. God, yeah, this is like... I'm getting like a full second of input delay. This is bad. And it's only sometimes. It's like inconsistent input delay. Yeah, that's how bad this input delay is. Jesus. Try again? Might have to switch to, like, the Switch 1 controller. Although I do remember the last time this was happening, even swapping controllers didn't help. Like, the Switch 2 as a whole, the whole console was having connection issues. And it's happening again. Yep, oh. I'm gonna switch controllers. Oh no, is this paired with... Was this paired with Becca's Switch? Dang it. It might have been. Either that or it's having difficulty finding it. Because it's having connection issues. Unfortunately, I don't have a long enough cord to play wired. It's... Are you joking? There we go. Technically, I could play wired if I, Okay. Switch 1 controller. Oh, wow. That's really noticeable how different the rumble is. Ah, it's still happening. It's weird, too. It's happening in a different way. Like, now it's not just a delay. It's like it holds the input when it can't connect. I think what I'm gonna have to do is, like, reboot the entire Switch and see if that helps. Like, not just sleep mode, an actual full reboot. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Also, I would just want to say it's very dumb that the console does not let you turn it off unless it's out of the dock. Why is that? Why does this video game console not let you turn it off? Why is that not a function? Why is that a secret Easter egg? Very unfortunate, but if this doesn't work, I might just have to, like, end the stream. Because, like, what else am I gonna do? We do have a USB extension cord. I could find that. Also, for the record, if anybody's like, "Oh, maybe you're too far from the console," I am, like, within 10 feet of the console, about a little over 5 feet from the console. This is very optimal conditions for playing with a wireless controller with a home console. Just to be super sure, I'm going to do resaves over both of these. So I really need to get some water, I'm sorry. And food. I'm grabbing food. You better be enjoying this live stream. God, I work so hard all day over a hot pickle. And this is the thanks I get. Good morning. I also have to take medicine. This is now a just chatting stream. I am not just chatting. I was also eating pickles and taking my meds. Drinking H2O, which is also a med. Okay. Well, it's working right now, the connection. I'm hoping it was rebooting. I guess that must have been what I did that helped. Now, you might be able to tell that this is a bad idea, going down there into that barrel. But, like, also... It's fine. Okay, so now we're getting really close to the roadblock. What is the challenge? No banana. Oh god. No banana. Oh, while I'm here, I may as well go ahead and hit that. Did I really not hit that one on the way up? Huh. Yeah, obvious reasons. That barrel ain't gonna work. Not a problem, because come over here very quickly on the left side. Completely safe to just jump up on the wall. Then we got a little boss fight here. It's very easy. Now, he can drop gold. But luckily it is always, it's always just the chunks that drop off. So as long as you're careful never to grab it. Or spawn any more from the ground around. And luckily, that particular cutscene, since that's just sort of like a in-gameplay cutscene, it doesn't auto-grab any of the gold. But yeah, now that the key's in there, I'm not sure if we need to hit it. I'll just wait for that to despawn so it's a little safer. I think all of it around here should be despawned. Is that gold? Oh, that's just decorative. Uh-oh, there's some. Wait for that to despawn, too. I'm wondering if maybe it didn't want to despawn because it wasn't on screen. It waits to be on screen before it'll start doing its despawn timer. Or if it pauses it. Well, first off, let's just save, just to be safe. Yeah, that was fine. Let's just save again, just because, hey, progress. Now, if you were paying attention, I'm pretty sure, in the whole trip up here, since loading the save at that checkpoint, we never spawned any gold, right? Not a single nugget of gold, other than in those chunks in the boss fight, which have all despawned since then. So we're good. We're now officially good. We break this, do a little cutscene. We have $22.86. What? Well, let's let's load our save. Now this save is compromised. I'll just go ahead and show you just to be sure. It auto-saved when we broke the stake. So now we're always here with 22 bucks. So I'm going to tell you right now, this is officially where I'm stuck, so if you have any ideas, let me know. Still just a little bit of an explainer left of what I think might be going on here. Because I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. So now this time, we absolutely know it's a fresh save. The boss isn't even there yet. I'm going to climb up there without spawning any gold at all. There, you're all my witnesses. I just climbed up here. I didn't break any terrain whatsoever. 2419. You might notice there are some gold nuggets scattered around here. I think that cutscene automatically broke, like, remember there was, like, gold structure in the big structure? I think it broke that to pieces, and thus is spawning and collecting gold as a result. Meaning, if we break this sinkhole, that just means gold, no matter what. The amount might vary a bit due to RNG, but I don't think there's any way around it giving you some gold. But there is a little bit of an interesting extra bit of info to it that I'm wondering if maybe could there still be a way around this. So if you remember, before, the solution that we found to like get gold to despawn was to die painfully and horribly. So what if we fall on these thorns? DK hates his life and dies. So now, go ahead and do it. $17.13. I actually ended up with a bit less gold, but still got some out of it. Could you pre-break the terrain with a thrown rock? There is an issue there. Is it because you broke it with a different angle? No, it's because I died. I tested that, like, multiple times in a row. Every time I died before breaking the sinkhole, I would consistently have less gold. Which is telling me that there is some gold automatically embedded in this structure that gets collected, but is despawned by a death. But yeah, you mentioned, like, well, first, let's see what happens if I just rip a chunk out. It auto-grabs gold. It auto-sprays gold around everywhere and auto-grabs it. There's just no way around that. This is the specific type of gold embedded in rock that will always auto-grab gold if you rip out a chunk of it. What if you throw a chunk at it? It also auto-grabs gold in exactly the same way. What if we use 2p to break stuff? Oh, god damn it. If that is the solution, I am going to be so mad. Because that is so obvious. Yeah, I was stuck here for a friggin' while. God damn. Hey, I've already got the Switch 1 controller here. I have no idea what these other options are. I didn't realize there were other options. This is if you have 2 switches. This is if you're on the internet? What? Well, no, I'm playing with 2 controllers. I think that's a given. I didn't know DK had internet game share. Oh, wow. I assume that's the entire game then. That is so funny then. That, like, with Mario Party, they're like, I mean, we can't just let people play the entire game online with each other. For Mario Party. And then their big super duper giant 3D platformer, they're like, oh yeah, who cares? Just let them share it all they want. Just let them play through the entire game together. Okay, I don't know what the controls are, but let's see what happens. Oh wow, this is... Oh god. The sensitivity is way too strong. Nope, you collect it. Would have been cool, though. Now, it is worth noting, we're getting way more gold for this than we got in that cutscene. Oh my god. P2 can pause, but they can't do menu. So yeah, there's 2 things I'm thinking here. One, we try and break terrain a bunch. Like, maybe it's like the Ingot Isle sign and stuff like that that's spawning gold and getting auto-collected. Maybe we get rid of that, and we just pray that it is not the actual literal gold in the wall, because there's not really any way we can get rid of that. Other than... maybe clapping could get rid of it, but I don't think so. Yeah, I have not found any... Is there a time gap between hitting and collecting? Are you suggesting dying in the middle of hitting it? Because that's not going to happen. That timing is way too precise to do 50 times in a row. Dying multiple times doesn't give you even less gold, right? That would be so dumb. That would be so dumb. That would be possibly the dumbest idea I have ever heard in my entire life. Good God. Please do not let it work. But it is also worth noting another idea I've had. It might have something to do with the enemies in the area. Because there are enemies around, just like doing their thing. And they can spawn gold by just moving around doing their thing. Rip chunks out of the ground and double jump? Wait, what would that do? What is that idea for? What would double jumping with chunks do? Like, what problem is that solving? Oh, test. Yeah, that's a good idea. I can't believe I didn't think of that. break all the gold in that area and see how much we get. Well, first, I just died 3 times. How much gold will I get? It is worth noting, one of the times when I died and then broke the thing up there, I only got like 5, 6 gold. It can vary a lot and get pretty low. I have been wondering, maybe you can just get lucky if I just try this a million times. $22. So dying 3 times in a row didn't really help. You can get up higher around the outside and not dig up too much and risk getting gold. I can get up there by digging literally 0 ground. That is not a worry. Like, that is already solved. The issue is that cutscene auto-collects a ton of gold. And that cutscene is necessary to get the sinkhole to the next level to appear. So yeah, now I'm going to try just breaking all of this gold up here and seeing how much my gold increases. Oh, duh, I could just use the barrel. Okay, we're going to go from 60.26 to something else. $105.23. That's like 40 gold. That gave me even more gold. I didn't break all the gold. I got the gold at the top, and also it shouldn't have given me more, it should have given me less. That was the entire point of the theory. I didn't forget, I did that on purpose. That was not what I was testing. How did I beat the Crocoid without getting gold? Punched him. Genuinely just punched him. What would be the problem? Maybe that's a sign that solid golden is the issue, exactly. Maybe, who knows? So I'm hazarding a guess that these signs sometimes drop gold. Like that. I'm wondering, what if we get rid of all these signs? Heck, the box is 2. Let's get rid of those. It's also not pick up any apple drops, because now since we're losing health, the game can drop it instead of gold. That's got to be good, right? Let's break these rocks. They can drop gold. Money! Gold! Whoops, don't you dare. There's like so many signs and things around here. These lights are breakable too, aren't they? Yep, and they spawn gold! I might not have to break anything this low. Because it does spawn you, like, down at this level. Wait a second. Oh, it's because I'm in two-player mode. I completely forgot I'm still in two-player. There's actually an advantage to playing in two-player. It has the cursor in the center and tells you what you're looking at. Huh. Like even if you're not using the second player, I feel like it's nice to have that like just tell you what the terrain is. Oh, those ones are tricky. The unfortunate assumption is the cutscene probably just spawns the gold and then collects it for you. That wouldn't actually make that much sense. Why would the cutscene, like, just spawn gold, period, for no reason, only for it to be auto-collected in a way the player would never in any circumstances notice, all in the background? Like, if it does do that, it's definitely not dev intended. It's definitely, like, an accident of programming. I think it is much more likely that it is the natural extension of the mechanics we already know about than it's some highly specific instance of the game doing a thing it doesn't do in any other scenario. Yeah, so there is definitely shenanigans where stuff I'm not looking at does not physically exist. Because that chip that just slid down there, that's been sitting on that girder for a long time. It should have despawned by now, let alone slid down. So it's probably just I wasn't looking at it long enough for it to slide down or despawn. Okay, now I definitely haven't like broken enough signs that should have that should like really matter. Maybe there's some more up here. Yeah, there are some decorative objects up here. There's a lot of just decorative rocks and stuff up here. I feel like this idea is just not a very workable one. Have I already beaten main story? I have 100% completed this game. I would never dream of doing a challenge run before I'd done that. Well, now we've at least certainly broken a lot, and we can see if there's a tangible difference in the number. Even though, remember, once I did have, like, only like $5 when I activated the cutscene just from having died. before climbing up. This research work is my favorite part of VG Myths. I'm glad you're enjoying it, because I'm not. Also double check if, like, a bunch of these signs down here. Like, yeah, that Ingot Isle one is a good one to check for. Like, will all the signs be intact below that level or not? Or will they have been auto-destroyed by the cutscene? Also, let's look up. Let's climb all the way on top of it and look up and see if that helps at all. Because then less is loaded, you know? As little of the level is going to be loaded as possible when I break this. 27 bucks. That didn't help at all. Okay, yeah, that Ingot Isle sign is just gone. Yeah, it does actually destroy down there. Yeah, the entire center pillar is gone. Well, not the entirety. Like, there's still, like, this bit at the edge. Now try killing the enemies. I hadn't thought of that, but there is an issue with that idea. Enemies do respawn. That one enemy in that first tunnel, I always had issues getting to respawn, but I believe these ones will always respawn. But hey, worth a try. Let's at least see if it does anything. As hard as it's gonna be to actually kill them. Are records made of banana? Ow. They're made of neptunite? Oh, was that actually addressed in the game? That sounds familiar. I think it had to be because there's the giant records, which are totally indestructible and awesome. Oh, I was feeling those. Oh, no! Dagnabbit! Whatever, we're just testing right now. Jesus! Yep, these enemies have already respawned, so I could just try killing just these two and see what happens. Like, if I kill just these two and then rush to go up. Well, I'd also have to die first, which complicates matters. Because they're gonna spawn gold. There's no way around that. opinion on Pauline, it's really messed up that we're just gonna let her get away with what she did. How does that woman still have a career? So yeah, dying, and then after killing the enemies didn't really do much. Okay, by the way, also, look, okay, you're reminding me. I was really mad about this last night because I got into Bananza theory videos. And I understand now why people are so up on the stupid Jumpman thing. Jumpman and Lady being different characters from Mario and Pauline. No. That is, I cannot believe people genuinely believe this. Actually genuinely are positing that, oh, hey, no, obviously the way that Mario lore works is that Mario's debut appearance was actually this character we've never seen before. Except, of course, he was in this game completely under our noses, and they never bothered mentioning it. It was just this guy named Jumpman instead of Mario. And the idea that this guy's Mario, you know, we just invented that in our heads. It was actually this guy we've never seen before named Jumpman. And Pauline, she was actually this lady by the name of Lady. You see, the evidence for this is I have decided that the lore would make sense if actually she was just a completely different character than the character she is. You can't just decide characters exist. That isn't how lore works. And the weirdest part about it too is 2 Paulines. There is actual genuine evidence for there being 2 Paulines in the lore. But instead of going for the actual evidence that there might be 2 Paulines in the lore, they just decide that a second Pauline exists off-screen, technically on-screen, but never acknowledged as being a separate character. Meanwhile, Pauline's grandma is right there. She is in the text as a separate character from Pauline. And we're just like, oh yeah, Pauline has a grandma who is obviously Lady, this character we've never seen or heard of before. Why do you go through all these extra hoops? There's just the one hoop. You only have to go through the one hoop. Why do you insist on somersaulting past all the others? This is directly game theory's fault. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this does all originate from game theory popularizing the idea that Mario and Jumpman are different characters based on I decided. I just figured, you know, wouldn't it be funny if that was true? And like, people are just like, oh yeah, of course. This obviously makes sense and was even intended by the developers. He's literally called Mario! They're literally called Mario and Pauline in Donkey Kong Arcade, like, in material of the era. Like, people treat it like, oh yeah, you know, in Donkey Kong Arcade, he was just Jumpman, and the lady was Lady and not Pauline. If they've never been Mario and Pauline in Donkey Kong Arcade, it was just never a thing. It was just always Jumpman and Lady. No, they were called Mario and Pauline! You don't get to just pick and choose! God! Anyway, 2C Phoenix was probably having some incredible insight on actually playing the video game. Okay, here's my hypothesis. Where you break the barrier, it destroys all the rock under it. What happens if you destroy all that rock first? Like, just all the rock in general? Well, I mean, the issue first is the gold part of the gold rock is gonna be an issue. And also, just like, all of this rock without collecting a single Nugget of gold? Oh, I should know. Has anybody ever looked into, like, maybe doing a clip? Could you potentially get into the next area just by clipping through, like, the unbreakable terrain here? But yeah, I'm just, like, especially mad because this game actually did a cool thing with the lore. Which it is heavily implied, never outright stated, but the lore kind of only makes sense if the Kid Pauline in this game is not the same character as Pauline that we know from Donkey Kong Arcade and the Mario series in general. And add on, there is one hoop that you can jump through that there is evidence for. Pauline talks about a grandmother who, like, inspired her as a singer and gave her singer pro tips. Just a super cool grandma that Pauline has. And, like, hey, is the game trying to say that Kid Pauline is the granddaughter of Pauline? And that's how this all ties together? Because that'd be a really cool way for it to tie together. And to have people just, like, notice that and go, aha, this is validation for the Matt Pat Game Theory episode where he decided Jumpman and Mario are different characters. Just sidestep all of, like, the actual genuine cool lore that doesn't involve retconning every single prior game. Who even cares? What? That's not like any of those games actually happened. It's all just a wibble wobbling of who even cares. There's probably just like 50 characters we've never seen before who are all just definitely canon. Is this Pauline, Mare from Odyssey, or is that Grandma? The Mare in Odyssey is Grandma, according to that particular interpretation. It's definitely left open for interpretation. Like, does Pauline in this game take after her grandmother? Or is she going to grow up into Pauline? Because it works either way. But I think it works more consistently with other games if she is not the same character, because Cranky Kong fought Mario in his youth. And that's still true in Bananza. That has not been retconned. Other than people just deciding, well, Cranky didn't literally say the name Mario out loud, so there's nothing to say they didn't retcon it, so instead of fighting Mario, he actually fought Stanley Bugman. Crap, he did fight Stanley... No, he did canonically fight Stanley Bugman, crap! No, crap, oh no, I accidentally decided on an actual, genuine theory that makes sense in the lore. Oh god, what have I done? Have you ever seen Mario and Stanley Bugman in the same place? What if Jumpman was Stanley Bugman, who we know to be a separate character from Mario? The issue with Hilltop Lair, until you pay the greedy tone, a death plane exists beneath all of the pits. Oh. Yeah, so there's no getting past that. We'll worry about it when we get there. We haven't gotten there yet. Donkey Kong 3 character. It is a fact. The lore all makes sense. All the inconsistencies are totally explained. If we just make the very small assumption that the entire Donkey Kong and Mario series, after Donkey Kong 3, is actually Stanley Bugman's dying dream as he is being digested live within the belly of a dozen hornets. Which is the canonical ending of Donkey Kong 3, for the record. I love Oddrock's voice. I'm kind of sad that you don't actually keep Oddrock in your party that long in this game. That she gets replaced with Vanilla Pauline, because I love that like filtered voice thing. Oddrock is also very cute in her own way. And especially, like, she transforms so early in the game that, you know, there's not really that much of a big surprise factor. It really feels like this game wanted you to not know that Oddrock was Pauline before release. It's so weird that they did officially announce that in the Direct. I'm almost wondering if they didn't, like, there's no way they actually intended on people not knowing about Pauline before the game came out. Because, like, they even did marketing material for it, which is how it leaked. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so weird. Maybe we should try watching that cutscene just to see exactly, like, what happens. The cover has Pauline on it. Yeah, but what if it didn't? It's just so weird how that played out. Imagine the shock and awe if that wasn't made public knowledge on purpose. When you're playing this Donkey Kong game with your little rock buddy, and you just get to a certain point in the plot, and your little rock buddy goes, oh boy, I'm transforming into my normal regular body. Child Pauline! Just like, excuse... Oh my god, I skipped the cutscene again. I wasn't supposed to. Before Pauline's reveal, it showed a game cover with Oddrock in Pauline's place. Yeah, except for the leak. They accidentally leaked the actual box art, like the day of. Nintendo is very good at this. Hey, by the way, maybe we shouldn't talk about that other certain spoiler. There's probably people here who haven't beaten the entire game. Okay, let's just watch the cutscene, see what happens. Also, look down, why not? Okay, we can see the entire thing crumbling on screen. Now, it wouldn't make much sense for gold to actually spawn in the cutscene, but I wouldn't be surprised if what's going on here is, like, the game is saying, it's a cutscene, we can't spawn the gold yet, but here's 1 billion spawn locations for all this gold, and it's going to spawn as soon as the cutscene is over. And some of it spawns in such a way that it's like, oh, this is going to get auto-collected. And then it waits till after the cutscene is over to save the game. Okay. Here's a dumb idea. I waited till the cutscene was basically over, and then I turned the game off. What happens? What happens when I load? You weren't aware of Pauline? Okay, well, that's on you, because, I mean, it's gonna be real difficult to not know about Pauline before you play the game. Because, like... How do you... In what reality do you not notice? Like, you can't even use buying digital... Wait, what? Oh my god, it did autosave beforehand. What's all that floating ground up there? I'm gonna be so mad if I have 0 gold. What? What just happened? I just found a glitch. Wow, that's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna watch the cutscene to see what happens. That is so weird. It's like it loaded the level without like all the ground loaded, and then did the cutscene because it remembered the cutscene not having played yet. So it did actually break the ground before it did the cutscene, I guess? And it autosaved at that moment? Please tell me I have 0 gold. Please tell me I have 0 gold. Oh my god. Oh! Ow! Dang! That would have been so incredible, wouldn't it have been, though? Yeah, there's still a bunch of nuggets around. God, if that worked, if I just accidentally stumbled upon the solution like that, It is really cool that I found that glitch, though. I'm gonna write a note about that. I think it might have to be minimum gold now. I can't think of what else you could do. I'm going to tell you this right now. It is really bad practice in a challenge run to give up immediately after you have made a discovery. Because that tells you you have discoveries left to find. It's very unlikely that you have found your last discovery after you've just now found a discovery. It is never safe to make that assumption. Okay, I see the autosave in the bottom left. So theoretically, it'll do exactly the same thing again here. Do the boxes around the level entrance auto-give gold on break? No. They can spawn gold, but they don't auto-grab it when they're broken. So yeah, it does the same thing, where it's like, oh, it's already been destroyed. Here's the cutscene where it gets destroyed. 1805. There's a mechanic where smashing stats from earthquakes only count if you skip the cutscene before the rocks break? Really? Oh, you're thinking maybe, like, after a death, the reason it was working was because it was spawning apples instead? Maybe I should get myself to near 0 health and try it. There's an idea. Either way, I'm going to try and have, like, super duper almost death. What's the theory for this challenge? I'm not sure what you mean by theory. Just don't have gold. Or no, just don't have banana, not gold. Okay. Gonna be hard to have more health than this. But yeah, gold is banana. So don't have banana, which includes gold. I'm gonna go ahead and let the cutscene play out. See what happens. So is the issue in this instance seemingly forced gold collection mid or immediately after cutscene? It might be immediately before. Because remember I had 30 gold in that time when, like, I loaded in the middle of the cutscene. Which is a lot. More than usual. $20.96, even when I had near 0 health. It is worth noting those barrels over there, that ground was destroyed, and that was just like a pure line of gold. Let's just load the save just to be super duper sure it was the same amount. Yeah, 2096, that sounds right. Is ideas hints allowed? Yeah, I'm completely stuck. That's the entire reason the stream is open. Because I forgot to say it directly out loud. I need help. I don't know. I can't figure out anything that seems really viable here. Bunch of random ass ideas that don't seem to do anything. Have we tried skipping the cutscene? Yes, and we've tried watching the cutscene. Doesn't seem to have much of an effect. There's a run of no bananas? That's no bananas. I'm doing no banana. What happens if you exit the game mid-cutscene after exiting the game mid-cutscene and reloading? Alright. Yeah, let's try it. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I'm liking your vibes here. There's no auto... It didn't do an autosave. So I don't think closing the game and reloading is going to have any effect whatsoever. Because it didn't save. Okay, it's 1824 right now. Let's see what the save file says. Not that it's been that long, so... Can you pause or something on the first frame after loading in? I'm not sure there is a first frame after loading in. I don't know. I don't know if that how that would even help, but because like it's just gonna do the even if we manage to save, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna do exactly the same thing. Well, I didn't manage it there. I don't know if that was because of whatever. Is this the most recent version? Yes. Are there better glitches than earlier versions? Maybe load a separate file after exiting, then load the main challenge file. Worth a try. I know there's some weird shenanigans that can happen with loading saves in some games. Oh my god, I hate so much that DK Artist is entered with plus. Oh my god, and now I just booted up the game in my main file. I've never been so tempted to buy a Switch 2. I'm going to say right now, personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Like, Bananza is really the only thing that the Switch 2 has going for it right now. That and playing Switch 1 games and slightly higher quality. Not even, like, that big a deal. Like, I would wait and hope for a price drop. Asterisk. Apparently, Nintendo is raising prices on everything. They might just go, oh, you thought the Switch 2 was too expensive. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Also, I forgot. It was supposed to open the other save file first. But yeah, Bananza is a really wonderful game. It's not, I wouldn't say it's like, buy the console now, 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 now. You'll be able to play it eventually, and it'll be great when you play it eventually. But for now, like, let me put it this way. Have you played literally every single Donkey Kong game yet? Because you're probably going to have a lot of fun playing any of the Donkey Kong games you haven't played yet. Similar fun to playing this one. Except DK64. Okay, I guess I'm going there because you brought it up. As much as I love Bananza, I still actually think DK64 is still my preferred favorite game over it. Like, Bananza is really cool, but I think 64 has I think it's got a little bit of extra charm that this game lacks a bit. So yeah, I didn't really do anything. There's a non-zero chance tariffs will put a Switch 2 price hike in our future. No, I think it's very important that we distinguish between tariffs causing the price to go up and Nintendo seeing the tariffs and going, what a wonderful excuse. So yeah, I'm completely 100% lost, and I just don't know what to do now. There's like, so, like, I mean, I guess there is like the theoretical destroy absolutely all of the terrain and see what happens without collecting any gold somehow. And like that without collecting any gold somehow is that's causing some brain issues. That's right. I'm actually just remembering now. No, I feel like the time when I booted it up and I only had like 5 something gold, I think that might have been a run where I died and then climbed up the right side instead of the left. So there's something there's another thing I want to try that I haven't tried yet. So I know there are like enemies around this way that I spawn very close to. So what if, let's go over here, activate that checkpoint, does breaking terrain get saved? No. Every time you load game, it resets to a default state, except for very specific parts that are, whoops! Oh god, did it autosave again because I unpaused? And then punched it? But anyway, no. Breaking terrain, is not saved. The spawned gold can delete by dying, while leaving the terrain broken, but only by dying, and that wouldn't solve the fact that we collected gold on this file. Okay, so this time, rather than going around that left side, I'm just going to try and climb directly around here. Oh god, this is where the enemies are. So yeah, by doing it this way, I'm staying generally away from those enemies. Well, crap, that's gold that is definitely going to get collected in the cutscene, definitely. Fortunately, you can't cancel shockwaves that way. I was just dying over and over again to try and get down to 0 gold. I got down to 2.06. Ooh, that's very... What? Do you know what you did on that particular attempt? Thank you for just dying over and over again to try it. Do you know what you did? Like, where did you start your life? What was the path you took to get up? What was the camera pointed when you destroyed the steak? Could you punch before landing? I did that, and I still did a shockwave. That was, like, literally the thing I was talking about. Okay, so that time it was still in the 20s. If you press B before you do a chunk jump, it gives you a bit of extra height for getting up there. Yeah, I know, but that's hard, and I don't need it. Why do the hard thing when you can do the easy thing? Sorry for the misunderstanding. I had loaded a file in the tutorial, and you were going to try and lose all the gold you'd already collected. Okay, so you didn't do it, like, there on this thing. I'm not sure what you're trying to solve, but good on you. If you're losing gold, that's positive progress. Yeah, that's very difficult. Also, what are you talking about? If I press B, then I do a turf surf, and then I can't do the chunk jump anymore. So you have invented lies. So what you told me was jump LLBA. Oh, okay. I guess I did it wrong. Yeah, I see. I did it wrong. You were right. You were a very smart gamer. So first, before anything else, I really should die. Let's just double check. Like, look, there's all this gold right here. Oh my god. Let's just double check. Will pre-existing gold chunks disappear when I die? I don't think I've ever checked that. What is the challenge? Is this not hard enough for you? Okay, it does not disappear. But based on, like, all this stuff I'd seen before, it doesn't get auto-collected either, so it shouldn't matter. God, that's just so much harder. Now I don't get that extra height from standing on a box. Yeah, I needed that extra height. I swear it was just dying or going around the right side that was making it so that I'd have less gold, and I can't get it to happen anymore. I think it is safe to say my theory of, oh, maybe spawn down here instead is not holding up. Unless there's some specific route I need to take to get up. Maybe pre-break the entire thing. Yeah, well, that's not, no. Doing all that without collecting a single gold, that's not happening. That's like 50 million RNGs stacked on top of each other. All you need is one success? No, you need 50 million successes in a row, actually. Oh, wait, I loaded this one. P2 can break stuff from a distance. Yeah, but that doesn't help us. Like, breaking from a distance isn't the issue. Go ahead and spawn back here again. Use P2 to break from a distance, instantly unplug P2, replug P2, repeat. Why would that help? How would despawning P2 do anything? I don't understand. Are you saying that, like, I won't get gold from that breaking? Somehow? No, I still got gold from it breaking. Hasn't spawned any gold yet. Okay, now that's just loose gold. That's safe. Oh my god. There it is. There's embedded gold. That's like the main issue. But gosh, this has been going really well. For some reason. Hasn't even auto-collected any of that. Why is this going so well? This is weird. Oh, thank you very much for the subscription, Abnormal Spirit 984. Yeah, this seems to just be bringing it without, like, spawning embedded gold at, like, very much. It is still spawning it, but we can still get rid of that by, all we have to do is die, and it'll get rid of that while keeping the terrain broken. Oh good, there's a cursor reset if you're player 2. Not when you're playing as Donkey Kong, but when you're playing as Odd Rock. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you be able to reset the cursor? Oh god. Oh god. Oh god! Ah, get me out of here! You can use mouse controls to aim? Wish the game told me that. Yeah, I'm sure gonna use mouse controls on my Pro controller. I'm gonna be so mad if this actually has any noticeable impact on the gold we get. You do realize how long this is going to take. Wait. What is charging it to? I don't understand. Is that a reload? But I was just firing infinitely. It copies the material. You can copy the material? You can copy the material. You can copy the material? You can copy the material. Gold is explosive. That's a little bit better. Unfortunately, I do have to worry about it auto-grabbing anything we've already spawned, and there's already a lot of it now. Can you warp rather than die? Oh, that's an idea. I didn't even think of that. You get gold when you warp? Or were you responding to someone else? What happens if you blow up embedded gold? Oh yeah, you just get the gold. So that particular type of gold, the type that is embedded in a wall, will actually just straight up give you gold if it's destroyed. Period. Like, I don't think there's any way around that. If it's just, like, regular gold in the same way that this is regular rock, then it's fine. But this is a very special type of embedded in rock gold. Separate from the nuggets that are embedded in rock. There's a lot of different types of gold in this game. Oh my god, she can actually just... She can just copy the wood of the crate. That is neat. Okay, so yeah, most efficient way to go about this would be go to the gold and copy it. Is it the embedded in rock aspect or usable as a chunk aspect? No, there are like gold deposits that are usable as chunks that you can actually grab as chunks without a... Hey, controller. You can actually grab them without Brain? I'm destroying rocks. Okay, so that's why there's ammo. Because eventually it'll just go back to regular. I'm so used to plus being reset. I think from Splatoon, maybe? Is that how it resets there? Where does it be in Splatoon? Gosh, I don't know. But yeah, you do see how stupid this is. You do see how this is bad. Can I scan the nuggets? Oh, if you can scan the crate. Normally I'd say no, of course not, but... Oh my god, you can actually scan the nuggets. That is so silly, because that's not an actual physical terrain, but it's still smart enough for you to let you do it. I should trigger the cutscene now. I have made such a little dent in the rock right now that I could not possibly make any judgment on whether I got more or less for the sake of science. Like, I doubt I'm even 1% of the way there. Keep in mind, I can't get rid of the gold. I'm gonna have to leave some rock. No matter what. All the rock that's close to the gold, I'm gonna have to leave and not be able to get rid of it. And also, I have to be careful not to destroy a bit of the overhang. I still need to be able to climb up. guess no matter what. No, I think the insides are actually unclimbable. Let me test. Oh no, that's just void material. You can climb that. What happens if I... Does not let you copy void material. Oh my god. Dagnat. That was as a result of the motion controls not working properly. The gyro is still just as bad as it was on the Switch 1. You could try using the mouse instead. Guess I could. Have to go grab that. By the way, I just want to point out for anyone who uses split Joy-Cons at all, remember that the wrist straps are interchangeable. There's actually not a left and a right wrist strap. They are identically designed. They can go on either or. So you can do opposite colors, which is the better way to do it. Oh, that's because it's P3 right now. If you throw a chunk into a barrel cannon, would the gold be auto-collected? Probably, but hey, I may as well try. Gotta try everything. I'm pretty sure if it gets destroyed, you get it, even if an enemy destroys it. It doesn't matter how it's destroyed, you just get the gold. There we go, yeah, mouse, yeah, that is so much better. Jesus. It is a lot harder to move the camera at the same time, though. Okay, but yeah, let's just try the like, throw a chunk into the barrel thing. Or a box. Oh my god. Pauline's cursor confused me. Yep, you just get the gold still. Wait. Wait. Combining multiple ideas from the chat in my head, you are all geniuses. Brain mind. If this works, if this works. Ow! It still gave it to me. Maybe try again and just do it a bit with better timing, because I messed up by pausing instead of hitting minus. Ow, it auto-saved it too. It's probably because you paused before warping. Well, no, that wouldn't cause it. It would be because I didn't warp in time, not because I paused before warping. Unless pausing auto-collects gold, but I think we've established pretty well that it doesn't. Okay, that's like really closely timed. Just to be even super duper sure, let's do this one down here. It's a bit further away. 185. That is significantly less. Would it actually be feasible for me to get that low just with a normal punching it? Like, ever? Further idea, shoot with Pauline and before it hits warp. I don't think that would work. I think it would just cancel the Pauline shot. But hey, I may as well try. Okay, it is not officially hit yet. Unfortunately, I can't like move the camera to see, but I'm pretty sure everything is frozen, so it's not going to do anything. Yeah, it looks like nothing's happened to it. Simultaneously fun and demoralizing to watch. Yeah, it's I spent like multiple weeks 100%ing this game just to get to a challenge run, and the entire time I was like, there's no way I won't find a challenge run to do. And gosh, this game doesn't really want me to do a challenge run. So another idea I should maybe think of, maybe just because DK was so close it was collecting stuff, so maybe just hit minus right when it collides. Okay, that was like near frame perfect, so if my theory's correct, this should do it. $181. Then Game of Champions, would it be a spoiler for Deltarune if I mention in an interview with Toby Fox where he briefly mentions this game? Toby Fox exists? Permaband. Another challenge run, no chips, no bananas, minimum bonanzas, i.e. just con. Well, that's just, I mean, I feel like that's just overcomplicating it. Having, like, that specific combination. Why that specific combination of criteria? I feel like it's overcomplicated without, like, much of a reason for it. Okay, there's no way that this will actually do anything, but, like, gotta try everything. Yeah, no. Game's just like, no! You've gotta actually be there to break it! You can't just break a long distance, you loser! Hoping you do no jumping? I don't think no jumping would be very interesting because this game already has so many basically jump mechanics. I say, as the person who did Mario Odyssey without jumping and got us into this whole mess. break at range with golden kaboom letters. Well, that I don't think the game will allow it in any scenario at all. Because it's something where the game is saying, no, we won't let you break that long distance because we want you to be there breaking it by hand for the sake of, like, actually being there, not being able to sequence break and stuff. Also, it makes the cutscene make more sense. Did I just deal damage to it by jumping? Did I? Or is it just refusing to take damage? I am hitting it by jumping. Yeah, that is an actual attack that's happening there. Interesting. You are not allowed to damage this by jumping. I think it's cosmetic damage. No, if I was hitting terrain, it would be damage. This is not cosmetic. Break it slightly and try hitting it with something? It's worth a try. Like, will that change anything? Like, I don't think so, but, like, we gotta try everything at this point. 2502. Now I'm starting to second guess. Maybe I actually had like $15 and not $5. I have it written in my notes. I also want to just double check. Okay, yeah, I still have plenty of file space on my hard drive. Notes. Oh my god, yeah. Okay, no, it looks like my best score was actually 12-11. There was a point where I tried dying before going up there, and I had 12-11 gold, which I think you've noticed is significantly less than anything we've done today. I did it by just jumping down here, tripping and dying down here. Try either throwing a copied object after it slightly breaks, or maybe try it from a distance. I do not understand what you are suggesting or what this would accomplish. So now, I died, and I'll approach from this side, which I think is what I did before. And just break it as soon as possible. 2370. That's not how I either that's not how I did it, or it's super duper random. But I'm guessing it's just not how I did it. Because $12 instead of 20-something bucks is just such a huge difference. I feel like there has to be something in my methodology that was making that happen. You know what? I'm just gonna pull up the old recorded video. Oh, I don't have it right. Yeah. Wait, yes, I do. So I've been moving stuff around on my hard drives, but I think I still have it. Okay, it was about 48 minutes into this. Yeah, okay, so I died, and then the path I took was... It looks like I just climbed around the left side near where the enemy is. Yeah, I don't think anything special. It doesn't look like I did any fancy camera shenanigans either. I think I might know what's. I think I might have an idea of what I should try and do. So I noticed in that particular run, you know what I did differently that I haven't been doing this whole time? I actually climbed up all the way to the top because I was trying to figure out what to do. Climbed up all the way to the top. And then, after climbing all the way to the top, I died and climbed up again. What if that's the key? What if, by climbing up all the way, I'm actually causing more gold to be, like, recognized as spawned or something? And then, I jump down and die, and it essentially despawns more gold, because more has theoretically spawned. And then it doesn't spawn again when I climb back up. Then all I did was I did a jump roll attack. And 2116, it did not have the same result as before, and I did basically the same thing. Great. Wonderful. I'm gonna use the bathroom. God, this stream's been going on for like 3 hours. Great. Wonderful. Okay, good morning. So I've been watching the new season of King of the Hill, and wow, I'm amazed. Like, so far, this genuinely feels like one of the best King of the Hill seasons. Like, it is so rare for a modern day reboot to actually be of this quality. I am 4 episodes in so far. All 4 episodes are some of the best episodes of the series. Like, wow, they're just hitting it out of the park. One thing I'm really happy with, one of those last 2 episodes that I watched. Uh, like, there was one episode of the original series which I always think of as like the grossest Hank has ever been. Like, just openly malicious. Was there's one episode of the original series where Bobby and Peggy start eating food cooked with charcoal. They finally taste food cooked with charcoal and they realize they love it. Oh my god. Cooked with charcoal is delicious. Hank was wrong. Cooking with propane does not result in meat that tastes as good as when cooked with charcoal. And Hank just hates charcoal completely. He's like religious against charcoal. And I will warn them, mild spoilers in the premise of one of the episodes. But I'm talking about an episode of the original series first. So there was one of the episodes of the original series where that episode, the conflict ends. So Hank finds out that his family has been eating food cooked with charcoal and that they enjoy it more. And so Hank is having this personal crisis about it. And so he decides that the best way to go about this is he gives his family a friggin' ultimatum where he cooks meat with propane and charcoal and gives it to his family and says, "All right, now you're going to decide, which do you love more, charcoal or me?" Like, he doesn't necessarily say it exactly like that, but that is the implication. And his family, they go, "Oh, I guess we hate this charcoal cooked food. We love the propane cooked food." And Hank is like, "Yeah, exactly. We're gonna throw out this charcoal crap." And just throws it in a trash. And he's just so happy with himself that hooray, his family will, against their wishes, eat his propane food instead of the food they actually enjoy more to satisfy his personal taste in the food that they eat. It is so gross and so overly controlling and manipulative. Like, holy crap, Hank. Jesus. And it has never sat right with me that, like, just Hank was just so immature and babyish and evil in that moment, being just doing that to his family, forcing them with this stupid guilt trip to eat food the way he prefers. But what I love is they have an episode of the new season that is functionally a sequel, where they actually, again, force Hank to confront the fact that his family prefers charcoal over propane. And it's not that they don't give him the chance to brush it off to the side like they did in the original series with his stupid power trip. And I love it. I love that episode. I love that they really do tackle it in, I think, a satisfying way. I won't say exactly how it how it all goes out and resolves. But just the fact that that episode is there, and I get this, like, cathartic feeling of, like, this episode that ended in this way that I just thought was so, like, horrific, actually getting a follow-up, getting a real conclusion, instead of that, like, oh, Hank is just evil and controls his family ending. But anyway, yeah, if you like King of the Hill, thank God we're getting a good season again. Because, like, I'd say about half of King of the Hill is crap. Like, just all of the last half of the original series, just steep decline in quality. This is more of the good King of the Hill so far. Like, the best King of the Hill so far. Hooray. After all of these modern reboots that just phone it in, King of the Hill is not phoning it in. They're actually genuinely, like, I'm happy that this exists, instead of, like, hooray, I guess. Anyways, we're back here. We're back in hell. DK is king of the hell. You see, it was topical. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna say right now, if breaking all of the terrain is the answer, no. Just, that's not happening. I'm not doing that. I'm telling you right now, I already know that we have to collect gold eventually anyway. Honestly, this is kind of fun on its own, not actually smashing the rock, but just, like, damaging it. Huh, that's an interesting physics interaction going on here. It's like there's actually, like, solid ceiling here, even though there isn't. Well, anyways, the run's basically dead. I've got a little bit of a headache, and I'm thinking I'm just gonna end this stream now. You get the gist. If anybody has any ideas, send them my way. Like, serious, genuine ideas. Pretty please. But yeah, I think the run's basically over. Night-nights, heart emojis.